Umagyanatimirandasya Yananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaivam Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jaiva Udiraye. Before reciting this Srimad Bhagavatam, which is the very means of conquest, one should offer respectful obeisances unto Narayana Rishi, the Supreme Personal Godhead, after the Godhead of Narayan, the Supreme Personal Godhead, Narayana Rishi, the supremest human being, the Mother Saraswati, the Goddess of Learning, and the Shri Vyasadeva, the author. Nastapray Shabadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevayam Bhagavatuttama Shloki Bhaktir Bhavaiti Kinaishtiki. A regular attendance in classes in the Bhagavatam and by rendering of service to the pure devotee, all that is troublesome to the heart is almost completely destroyed, and loving service unto the person of Godhead, who is praised with transcendental songs, is established as irrevocable fact. Idam Bhagavatam Namam Puranam Brahma Samhitam Uttama Shloka Charitam Chakara Bhagava Rishi Nishreyasaya Lokasya Dhanyam Svastayanam Mahat. This Srimad Bhagavatam is the literal incarnation of the God, and it's compiled by Shri Vyasadeva, the incarnation of God. It means for ultimate good of all people, and it's all successful, all blissful, and all perfect. So today we are reading from the third canto, chapter 16. The title of the chapter is How Parikshit Received the Age of Kali. But there is another very main topic. Yeah. This conversation between Dharma and Bhumi, the god of Dharma, the religion, and the god of the earth. So one is the place where we are living, another is a leader who gives us the opportunity to approach God. So today's (24). Idam mama chakshva tadvatavadi moolam vasundare yena vikarshitasi kalena vate balinam balishyasa Surachitam kim hritamam baso bhagam Idam mama chakshva tavadi moolam Vasundarena vikashitasi Kalena vate balinam baliyasa.
Kalena vate balinam baliyasa.
Surachitam kim hritam ambasau bhagam.
Surachitam kintitam saubhagam.
Please.
Ivam mama chakshvatavadimulam vasundharena vikarshitasi. Kalena vate balina baliyasa. Surachitam kinhitam amba saubhagam.
Idam mama chakshvatavadimulam.
Idam mama chakshvatavadimulam
Vasundharena vikarshitasi.
vasundharena vikarshitasi.
Kalena vate balinam balisya.
Kalena vate balina baliyasa.
Surachitam kim hitam amba saubhagam.
Surachitam kinhitam amba saubhagam.
Idam mama chakshvatavadimulam
Idam mama chakshvatavadimulam
vasundharayena vikarshitasi
vasundharena vikarshitasi.
Kalena vate balinam baliyasa
Kalena vate balinam baliyasa.
Surarchitam kim ritam amba saubhagam
Surachitam kim hitam amba saubhagam.
Idam mama chakshvatavadimulam
Idam mama chakshvatavadimulam
vasundharayena vikarshitasi
vasundharena vikarshitasi.
Kalena vate balinam baliyasa
Kalena vate balinam baliyasa.
Surarchitam kim ritam amba saubhagam
Surachitam kinhitam amba saubhagam. Idam mamakshvatavadimulam
Idam mama chakshvatavadimulam
vasundharena vikarshitasi
vasundharayena vikarshitasi
Kalena vate balinam baliyasa.
Kalena vate balinam baliyasa
Suranjita ki hitam amba saubhagam.
Surachitam kim hitam amba saubhagam.
Idam,
Idam
these,
these
mama,
mama
and to me.
unto me.
Achakshva,
Achakshva
kindly inform.
kindly inform.
Tava,
Tava
your.
your
Adimulam,
Adimulam
the root cause of your tribulation. Vasundare,
Vasundhare
O reservoir of all riches.
O reservoir of all riches.
Yena,
Yena
by which.
by which
Vikarshita asi,
Vikarshitasi
reduced to much weakness.
reduced to much weakness.
Kalena,
Kalena
by the influence of time.
by the influence of time.
Va,
Va
or.
or
Te,
te
your.
your
Bolinam,
Balinam
very powerful.
very powerful.
Baliyasa,
Baliyasa
more powerful.
more powerful.
Sura Architam,
Surachitam
adored by the demigods.
adored by the demigods.
Kim, whether.
Brother
Haritam,
Hello
taken away.
taken away.
Amba,
Abba
mother.
mother
Sobhagam,
Saubhagam
fortune.
fortune.
Translation given by Srila Prabhupada. Mother, you are the reservoir of all riches. Please inform me of the root cause of your tribulations by which you have been reduced to such a weak state. I think that the powerful influence of time, which conquers the most powerful, may have forcibly taken away all your fortune, which was adored even by the demigods. Please repeat. Mother,
Mother,
You are the reservoir of our riches.
You are the reservoir of our riches.
Please inform me
Please inform me
of the root cause
of the root cause
of your tribulations,
of your tribulations,
by which you have been reduced
by which you have been reduced
to such a weak state.
to such a weak state.
I think
I think
that the powerful influence of time,
that the powerful influence of time,
which conquers the most powerful,
which conquers the most powerful,
may have forcibly taken away
may have forcibly taken away
all your fortune,
all your fortune,
which was adored
which was adored
even by the demigods.
even by demigods.
Prabhupada's purport. By the grace of the Lord, each and every planet is created fully equipped. So not only in this earth fully equipped with all the riches for the maintenance of its inhabitants, but also when the Lord descends on the earth, the whole earth becomes so enriched with all kind of opulences that even the denizens of the heaven worship it with all affection. But by the will of the Lord, the whole earth can at once be changed. He can do and undo things by His sweet will. Therefore, no one should consider himself to be self-sufficient or independent of the Lord. Magyanatimirandasya gyananjana shalakaya chakshurunmilitam yena tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Namo Vishpada Krishna Krishna Srimad Swami Namaste. So this is the last word, or the last question of Dharma, who is in the form of a great white bull. And he's wandering, but in a very difficult situation, have no healthy leg, only one leg. And that's still not in the full strength, which is regularly. Who saw very close a big bull? Who was taking care of bulls, like feeding them, scratching them, wise persons discussing. In every question there is some hint about the best answer. Here the question is not really a question, but a suggestion. I think, he says, that the powerful influence of time, which conquers the most powerful, may have forcibly taken away all your fortune, which was adored even by demigods. Please inform me of the root cause of the problem. So he gives a suggestion, but he's waiting to the answer of the person who knows the best what is the root cause of the suffering, what is the root cause of the changing situation. So, Srila Prabhupada taught in the first line that by the grace of the Lord, each and every planet is created fully equipped. And in the Bhagavad Gita, the Lord speaks the same principle and informed Arjuna, and through Arjuna everyone else. In the beginning of the creation, the Lord of all created sent forth generations of men and demigods along with sacrifice for Vishnu and blessed them by saying, "Be too happy by this yogya sacrifice because its performance is bestowed upon you all desirable things." So he repeats what we see here. At the beginning of the creation, the Lord makes sure that everything is what is necessary, very nicely presented. In charge of the various necessities of their life, the demigods, being satisfied by the performance of yogya, sacrifice, supply all necessities to man. But he who enjoys the gifts without offering them to the demigods in return is certainly a chief. So we see the root cause. The Lord given us every opulence, but some of us, or maybe all of us, cheating, stealing that. The devotees of the Lord are released from all kinds of sins because they eat food which is offered first to sacrifice. Others who prepare food for personal sense enjoyment verily eat only sins. Do you see? It's a very simple thing. It's become sin. The animals are eating. Are they so sinful persons? Originally, yes, because sinful, they get animal body, but when they are animals in the situation, that's not a sin. But for the human beings, it's sin. So that means we are starting making sin in all our life because we are hungry. Actually, yes, but we have to correct it later. Immediately when we are conscious, we have to understand whatever we eat, first we have to be offered to the Lord. Sri Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj shows a very nice example. He was a child and he was very much fond of mangoes. And one, child, it's not really big thing just to find a mango and eat it. He was given mangoes because in the mango season, no one is restricted to eat mango. But immediately when he took one mango, his father, no, my dear son, this is not offered yet. Because generally, parents are offering a lot of mangoes and then they give it to the children because they don't know. So when Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj understood that he ate a mango without offering it first to the Lord, he made a vow. I would never eat a mango in my life anymore because I'm a sinful person. So he took it very seriously in a very childhood. That consciousness we need to build up in any time when we start to understand this consciousness. Why? Because no one should consider himself to be self-sufficient or independent of the Lord. And it starts with very small actions. Don't think you understand this word and the next moment or the next hour you will not act against this principle because we are forgetfulness. When we take rest, we sleep. And we wake up, do you remember all what you have before? No, we forget a lot of things. And then we have to awaken whatever we learn. That's why most of the time when someone gives a series of classes, seminar, every seminar starts with a summary of the previous speech. That's the situation. Forgetfulness is always there in the mind until we are in the material body. Only when we get spiritual body, this forgetfulness is becoming zero. And then we can remember who we are and what we should do and what gives the most pleasure to the Lord. So that's the first point. The root cause of the tribulation is when it's taken away our knowledge and our inspiration to serve the Lord as the independent servant. There are two types of servant who is serving because it has his interest, but who is serving because it is like my life. I want to serve my master with my life, with my body, with my consciousness. That is the real servant. Other servant is serving, but waiting for the result, waiting for the reward. If they don't get the reward, then they go away. But the real servant should not think one moment that I could do anything else than serving my Lord. And I don't consider how the Lord will take care of me. Because everyone is taken care by the Supreme Lord. So my Lord will do whatever the Lord is the Supreme Lord dictate for him. And if he doesn't give me food, the Supreme Lord will give me food because I am just his servant through this service. So that is the consideration of a servant mood person who is in the servant mood. But that's have to practice, have to build up, because our mind is full of imprinted, independent wills, desires, and method how we fulfill the desires. So we have to rewrite our mind as far as possible, and have to control that part of the mind which is very difficult to rewrite, waiting until the Lord gives the blessings, review our original spiritual swarup. But that original spiritual swarup have to be rooted in this concept that I am servant of the servant of the servant. I'm just a servant. That's a root that we have to build up. That's why all the rules and regulations start with this control. Don't do whatever you want to desire. Do whatever is given to you, whatever is advised to you. Advice from where? From the spiritual scriptures, from the Srimad Bhagavatam, from the Guru, who is very learned in Shastra, and a very expert to give you such rules and regulations which will help you to build up this mood of servantship. So here the Dharma, the principle of the human life, giving us the hint, what is the root cause of our suffering? What is the root cause of being conditioned soul? Thinking we are self-sufficient and we are independent of the Lord. So that's the main point which I think we have to understand. And let's go a little bit further back. All this conversation is listened by whom? Maharaj Parikshit, yeah. Where is Parikshit Maharaj at the present moment? No, not this present. When this conversation is going on. Yeah, he is on the tour, so he's not at home. So, but before that conversation, what kind of conversation Maharaj Parikshit heard?
The pastimes of the Lord.
Yeah, from whom? No, from the kings, from the kingdoms, the leaders where he was visiting. So he went around and he was received by different leaders, different nations, and by his reception, they were giving some speech, giving some information, what happens. You know, if you are a leader and have your many places to control, you go there and ask some information. So what's happening in your country, what is good, what is bad, what we have to change a little bit. So it's like that. An administrative person's duty to make sure that the persons who are under his guidance or under his control, they do properly the duty. But it looks like they didn't give him information about the difficult situation of the Kali-yuga. At least we don't hear it. You know, previously, Yudhishthira Maharaj, years before, understood the world is changing. And the world's change, it's very strange. Before that, there was no such news coming up that so many things happening in the earth unweightedly. He said the left side of my body, my thighs, arms, and eyes are quivering again. And he sees so many problems coming up. The calves do not suck the teeth of the cows, nor the cows give milk. It doesn't mean that immediately every cow doesn't give milk, but start in different areas. There are some difficulties coming up. Rivers, tributaries, ponds, reservoirs, and the mind are all perturbed. Butter no longer ignites fire. But that means there is no successful sacrifices going on. And then the deities seem to be crying in the temple. So many things. Maharaj Yudhishthira observed this inauspicious sign of the earth. At that time, Arjuna came back. So he was at home, but this area, he just somehow sensed these subtle changes. And then they understood that the Lord left the world. And then he understood that a new era came. But it is not his service to try to correct all these things. And he left his kingdom to Parikshit Maharaj. And Parikshit learned what to do in this kingdom. And then he started to rule alone, means with his ministers. And now he is meeting with the main changes personally. Maybe once some news came to him from the distance, but it's different when you have personal witness, difficulties, things which happens in different countries. So he is first informed by Dharma and the Bhumi that what is the problem affecting his kingdom and affecting his life also. So here we have to see that whatever Parikshit Maharaj experiencing, that's also some way will come to our life. So you will become leaders at one point. Most of you will have a family life, and you will lead your family members. And you will understand that not maybe everyone in your family or everyone in your leadership have the same consciousness. So whatever discussion is here, if you remember, we can utilize it when we have some responsibilities. You know, many times Srila Bhakti Raghava Maharaj speaking about the responsibility of the leadership. But every each of us becomes kind of leader. It's not like leaders only appointed to rule the kingdom or rule some big communities. Every each of us is responsible for our own leadership, which is given naturally. It's given naturally. So these two persons comes together, one becomes a leader if they want to cooperate. They can discuss. It's not necessarily leader is like a blind or deaf person doesn't listen to the other, but the decision have to make one person, and us have to follow in full responsibilities. So in this kind of leadership is attaining everyone's life. You know, you remember, you have fathers, mothers, and they give so many advice so long, it's quite difficult to grow up, quite difficult to become kind of independent or self-responsible person. After you finish your class period, which period is controlled by the teachers, you come to the life when you have to decide for your own self. But some persons, like you are very fortunate, you can continue your life in the guidance of a Gurukul leader or a temple president leadership. And if most fortunate you are, until you are growing up, you find a spiritual leader, guru, who can help you to continue your whole life guided and protected. That is the meaning of ashram, of the Varnashram system. There are 4 ashrams which protecting you if you take shelter of that ashram. These 4 ashrams are the brahmachari ashram, when your duty only absorbing in learning, not just intellectually, learning the simple life, learning the controlled life, learning to be a follower of a guru. A Gurukul leader or Gurukul teacher, not necessarily your eternal guide, but you have to learn the principles from him. And he's responsible to allow you to come out from the Gurukul in this state of consciousness. When I am in ashram, I am supposed to do whatever the ashram leader asks me to do. And that is my best. It's nothing better. Not like, no, I finished my school, I am free, so I can do what is best for me. No, you have to take shelter in another guru. You have to again find shelter, because personal guidance and personal protection. You never know. You can say, okay, I learned so many things. Anytime when I have difficulty, I open the book and then we learn what to do. But that life is not that. Life is so many times have to quickly decide. And you have to remember of your guru's instruction, personal instructions, who is given by love. Because the scriptures are kind of neutral leaders, neutral gurus. But the living guru shows so much affection. And that affection will make your memory working. Memory is working very special way. When something is neutral comes information, then you not necessarily will remember for long period. But when something comes by impressions like strong emotions, that you will remember. You can reflect it in your childhood life, which instruction you do remember really. Most of the time you remember when you have some big danger and someone grabs you and forces you to come out from the danger and protects you and then gives the instruction, never do that again, never do that again. Krishna shows example when he was really little child. He was stealing butter, and he did so many times. And many times they chastised him, don't do it again, don't do it again. But he didn't care, because the emotions was not strong enough to stop what is very pleasurable for him. But then what happened? One day, he was waking up, and he was seeing that his mother is a little bit far from his vision. And he made the cry, oh mother, mother, I'm hungry, I'm hungry. So mother came back, because mothers are generally doing some homework until the children are sleeping. But she put down everything and then came to feed Krishna. And Yashoda was feeding Krishna. But in that moment, the milk on the oven started to boil out. So Mother Yashoda put down Krishna and then ran to take care of the milk, because she was thinking that if the milk again burns, then my Krishna will not like it and he's hungry and goes to steal somewhere else. More complicated this story, but anyway. So when she came back, she saw that Krishna is not there and big mess happened. So Krishna stole the butter, destroyed so many things. So they did whatever he did before, at a big scale, at home, not somewhere. So mother thought, no, I have to take care of him, and I have to control him, and I have to correct him. So that is the very special relationship between the Supreme Person of Godhead, who is the controller of everyone. Someone wants to control the same person. Do you think it's possible? How is possible is controlling everyone, including Mother Yashoda, become controlled by someone? How is possible? It's a contradictory. This is a principle of contradictory things. But how to solve it? Bhakti Thakur have a very special verse. In the fourth one, in the Mula, this 10 instruction, what is this? Dasamula. Yeah. Can you find the first? Dasamula Tattva 4. I try also. Yeah.
Should I read the translation? Should I read the translation?
Yeah, please. No.
He is attached to the bliss produced by the transformations of love and the Lagini potency. He relishes the confidential emotions manifested by the Sambit potency. Through the Sandhini potency, he creates a multiple of effulgent abodes where he is absorbed in the ocean of rasa. May that enjoyer of the playful pastimes of Raj be ever.
In this verse, there is a principle that maybe it's not this verse, but anyway, there is one Shakti of Sri Krishna, and that Shakti has effect of everyone's consciousness. That what is this incredible, what is this contradiction in the Lord's nature, is become solved somehow. It's become smoothly arranged, that everything goes properly for the pastime of the Lord. That is the special Shakti which is only have the Supreme Lord. And that Shakti creates in the consciousness of the devotees the Lord. Otherwise we say, I don't understand why the Lord is acting contradictorily. What kind of Lord who I cannot understand? In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, whoever will go back home back to Godhead, no one. But Krishna understands this dilemma of every devotee, and he arranged something that devotees who are depend fully on him will get this shock, this power, and in their consciousness something changing come, and they will understand the Lord. They will feel, oh, not able to continue her motherly love to show. So Krishna was not liking that. So she removed this effect. How removed? By this effect. How removed? By this power. And then Yashoda Mother is very special, but anyway, he is my son, I have him. And the other pastime is the Damodar Leela. So Mother Yashoda can control the Supreme Person who is controllable, can bind him who is in his body. So, and then how did it happen? In the Damodar Leela, we can understand that Mother Yashoda is controlling Krishna by her love. By her love and by her very strong determination that I want to serve my Krishna according to my understanding, according to my service. So Mother Yashoda made a big endeavor to control Krishna, but then by her love, Krishna became controlled. So the principle is here that on the field of transcendental love, there is something changed. All the devotees can attain the Lord when they follow Him. Sarva dharma parityajam mamekam sharanam vraja. Who is surrendered to the Lord, he become dependent on the Lord. He can go back home, back to Godhead, but in the spiritual world, there should be something more, love. And which love? That love which is very rare but can control the Supreme Person of Godhead. That is one of the very interesting quality of bhakti. Do you know anyone what is the sixth quality? And he give list. Hanuman, perfect devotee, but his love is differently controls the Lord and one of the friend of Krishna, Subal or other persons. And between these Vrajavasis, because they are have a most love according to Narada Muni, there are also differences. And almost the highest love which have in Vrajavasis is Mother Yashoda. Mother Yashoda can control Krishna fully. He bind him, can chastise him. But who is most elevated, most powerful love who have other Damodar Lila, which happened in the ninth time when Krishna was there, but Srimati Radharani became very angry with him because he was late and he was not fulfilling his promise. At that moment, Mother Srimati Radharani, like a side glance, very angry side glance, and Krishna immediately couldn't move. Krishna was bounded not by a rope, by just a side glance of Srimati Radharani, and he couldn't again acting until Srimati Radharani allowed her with another side glance. So Srimati Radharani's love is so strong that she doesn't need to run after Krishna. Mother Yashoda have to run after Krishna for a while, but Srimati Radharani don't have to run after Krishna. So if you want to get that love, we will never become Srimati Radharani, but we can learn from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu because he brought this precious method how to get this kind of love, how to control Krishna, the power of this love. If we learn that, that's Ujjvala Rasa, that's a very special type of service. That's the service of the servant of the gopis. So anyone, any devotee can get perfection in different level, in different rasa. Anyone can get perfection for having love for Lord Narayan, having love for Lord Ramachandra. Anyone. Anyone can have love for Krishna in Dwaraka. That's full perfect. But Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave more than that. And Gaudiya Vaishnava line gives a precious gift, more than that. So if you can decide to get it, you can get it. And a lot of books are speaking about this opportunity. Doesn't mean at the beginning we have to follow, have to learn from Sri Ramachandra, have to learn from the Bhagavatam, from the 9th Canto. All are full of love for the Supreme Person of Godhead. But for the personality of Godhead, special love which is more powerful than his opulences, then we learn from the 10th Canto. And the 10th canto will give us so much understanding of the Lord that no one else have in this world. If you consider different religions, different bhakti paths. The same things we have to do at the beginning, but with Krishna Katha, Katamrita, which gives you some attraction to the personality of Godhead in Vraja. Then you can gain this attraction. And then we guide you. That attraction will guide you. There is no strict rules and regulations in that level. You have to follow the Vaidhi Bhaktis, all the rules, regulations which is necessary for every time remember that I am servant of Krishna and have some love for Krishna. You do it every time. Come up Mangalarati, do your service, evening time, some bhajan, some reading, some Krishna Katha. But if your reading become more and more focused on that topics, which is very sweet, which is happened in the Vrindavan, then you gain that kind of attraction. If you are very fortunate, if you have some who influence you by this love. But you show that eagerness by reading this katha. And when you're reading this katha, you pray, please give me this lova, give me this strong desire to attain you in this way. Then some Krishna will send you some guru and you infuse you in this bhakti. Like in Brihad Bhagavatamrita, the second part, then someone was sent to Gopakumar to give this infusion, this special mantra, this special love for Krishna in Vrindavan. And so many other ways he could worship the different form of the Lord, because Lord have unlimited forms. He worshipped them, he loved them, but this infusion brought him ultimately to Vraja. So, Lord, and we next time, tomorrow, we will see how Mother Bhumi is giving answer, Mother Bhumi explaining from her side, because she was associating with Lord Krishna for a long time, 125 years. She was personal association with Lord. Lord was using the Mother Earth for performing his pastimes. It's a very blessed situation, very fortunate. So I have to learn from her what is her feelings for Krishna. Maybe we can learn that love for Krishna. And then we bear all the difficulties of Mother Earth bearing until today. And then we can feel some compassion for her and try the best to change the situation, not using tractors or these machines, which are burden for Mother Earth. But we have to learn what is pleasure for her. Pleasure when the bull, they are walking around freely and they have free association with Mother Bhumi, with all the plants which her growing for Dharma, for bull, for cows. Thank you very much. Any questions or reflections or doubts arise? Controlling the uncontrollable, controlling the supreme controller. We have to learn that theoretically exists. That is the way how we will not stuck in one level of devotional service. There are 5 levels of devotional service which are pleasurable. When you come to devotees, you find they are so much better persons than before I met in the school, in the in different villages. They are nice, but when you meet devotees, they're so kind, so sweet. Any difficulties with the devotees is much betterly solved. So you can say, okay, I got my goal of my life, so I can live long life with this association. But then when you meet a guru who is so sweet, then you can get initiation and then feel, oh, I am part of this spiritual family. No, I don't have to do anything else. But then you understand so many instructions and so many love in the books, but you don't feel that. You have to realize that love, you have to realize that emotions. So you search how to get that. And that's the third level of restart again your research. And then you find, okay, that's this kind of association, this kind of methods, I will have this love. But this love is general. Love is general for Krishna, for example. But which is the precise love? You have to decide, okay, no, I fix my mind to this kind of association. And then I have to find this kind of personal guidance. So you go step by step. Don't allow yourself to stop in the general Krishna consciousness. Get precise. Step by step, get the qualification to go next, but don't stop. This life for and serve nicely pure devotees. Thank you very much. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Shri Prabhupada ki, Bhakti Raghava Maharaj.